Welcome everyone, this is Coda, and we're going to head back into Invisible Ink. This is the new build, or the new patch, I believe it's called Archive Ghosts, and they've done some things to the game, so I'm going to try a story mode. Here, they added a rewind feature to the game, and basically it's an undo for the level, or for the previous turn. Iron mode is where you don't have the undo, so I'm going to turn iron mode on. So here, I guess they updated the select your team page. Deckard, he's a good agent for because he has stealth. Basically, he has more action points or more things he can do for every turn. I'll keep him. International has a feature that allows her to see electronic or know where electronic devices are. This is pretty handy, but I'm going to actually choose Banks instead. Banks has two key things. One is she can steal immediately, otherwise you'd need to upgrade your Anarchy. Basically, stealing, or normally you'd only be able to steal after you knocked out a guard, but she can steal she can pickpocket a guard as long as they're facing the other direction. The other thing that she can do is she can unlock any doors. So normally you need to steal a key from the guards before you can unlock doors, but she can do that without a key. I would normally actually use this dude as well, Dr. Zhu. He has a really strong ability to break electronics that have firewalls on them once per turn. This just is super strong. Normally, it might cost you a lot of energy to break those firewalls, and you might raise the alarm of the level a few times if you do. But he bypasses that. I won't use him because I think he's too unbalanced. So it'll be Dr. Zhu and or Banks and Deckard here. As for my programs, I normally go with Power Drip and Parasite. Power Drip is a power generator that gives you 1 power per turn. Normally, or a lot of people actually prefer Fusion, and I can understand this because I think Fusion might even be better, but they're roughly the same. Parasite allows you to break 1 fireball on a infected electronic device per turn, and you can put as many parasites as you want out there, as long as you as the only drawback is it increases the cost of every parasite that you place depending on how many parasites are already out there. So as long as you can work this and as long as you have enough time, it can break down any level firewalls. And I like it just because it guarantees me that I don't have to, there's no point where I'm just like completely locked out of breaking an electronic because they have 5 firewall or something. Alright, so for story mode, you have 4 days to basically complete it. The initial starting point is going to be, you'll have 5 missions, and 3 of the missions will be level 1 missions, so it has basically guarded, and 2 of the missions will be level 2 missions, very guarded. You want to try to complete the missions in a route where you limit the amount of time that you actually take, because over time the missions that are out there and the missions that will spawn will be of higher difficulty. This is a pretty brutally bad layout of missions. For this one, it looks like I'll probably be going here, through the Scary Dispatch, and then moving to this group. Nothing I can do about it, really. The Scary Dispatch is a nice mission, though. Normally, it'll give you a very good item, like a level. Items generally have 3 levels to them, where each level increases kind of the effectiveness of the item. There's weapons that increases the armor penetration, or how armored the guards would be in order for the weapon to work. There's power generators that where each power generator generates more power. Anyways, I should be picking up a nice nice item here. somewhere in this on this level. All right, so I'm starting with 11 power, and this console will give me power as long as I have an agent accessing it. So there, I got 2 power, capped out at 20, so make sure that I don't waste. I try not to use consoles if I'm close to being capped out. Alright, so looking in this room, by the way, I went over here and I peeked. Normally what you want to do is you want to peek inside a room that you don't have, you don't know what's inside. And this is especially true if you don't necessarily have enough action points to hide after you peek. Because if you open a door and there's like a guard looking at right that way, or a turret or a camera, that immediately raises the alarm level. That causes the guard, if it saw you, to immediately try to hunt you down. So you try to avoid that as much as possible. Here, I peek inside. I see that there is something that's noticing this area. Based on, you can actually tell based on kind of the notice zone or the watch zone that's in there, what it is. Cameras will be all red. They won't have this notice area. They'll only be watch area. And here you can even see that there should be like a guard right here. So I'm going to open this door. I'm going to peek inside, and there's the guard. This guard is probably stationary, but he could be patrolling. Guards either come in stationary or patrolling. If it's stationary, then he's going to basically stand there. If it's patrolling, then he's going to be moving around to another room and then moving back to this room at this exact spot in between his turns. Even though I assume this is stationary, I'm going to move right here just to make sure that I have some cover in case there's a guard that spawns here and comes into this room. Alright, so here I'll go ahead and peek. Alright, I'm going to check this guard's movement. This guard is also stationary. And I'm going to go ahead and... Actually, I don't have enough movement to go here and hide. So I'll probably just spend a point to peek around this room and then go back into this room. And I think that's about it. Alright, so they both were... I can actually... your agents can actually hear a fair amount. So since I didn't hear them moving, and if they did, there would be like footsteps that will be shown. That means that they are both stationary, so I can just go ahead and go in here, go to this guy, steal from him. Okay, so he has ammo, and he has a pass card. I'll take both. I would like to get to this spot, but this room might be the same as this room, so... what I am thinking of doing is one of the key things about Invisible Ink is managing the watch zone of the guards. Him being stationary, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into this notice zone of him. He doesn't actually fully see me, but he'll, on his turn, look in this direction. He'll actually move right onto that spot and check it out. If he doesn't see anything, he'll move back into his original position. But for him, when he moves back into his original position, he actually won't face he won't turn to face any direction besides whatever direction that he'd be facing when he moves there. So he won't turn around to face this thing. He'll be looking in this direction of the safe. And if you notice, that'll allow me to go to this area or go around to this area without him being bothersome. So why don't I do that? Alright, so let's see. Alright, so he's facing this thing right here. Let me transfer this pass card over. Alright, so I have enough movement to peek, see that there's nothing there. I'll go into this room. And she'll just steal from him as she goes over into this corner. When I first started, the only thing that I knew how to do was like knock down guards, and I knocked down all the guards because that was the only way for me to steal from them. But you quickly learn that knocking down guards is not a good thing, because once you take down a guard, you're basically committed to somehow maintaining control over him until the end of the mission. Because your weapon only knocks him out for a couple of turns, that means that he's going to wake up, and when he wakes up, he's going to actually start moving around trying to find where you are, which is not a good thing. So this guy's patrolling, he's going back here. You want to try and minimize that as much as possible. Yeah, so moving around, being sneaky, changing their direction, their any stationary guard's orientation, these are all things that make sure that you don't necessarily have to like be on top of so many guards. Actually, this spot right here is, I need to double check that area. Alright, so there's a camera here. Alright, so there's another camera here. So that was the third guard of this level, so I can pretty safely assume that I can open any of these things without worry. I'm going to go ahead and open this.
You see that? You see that?
Alright. I wasn't sure that if I peeked I would be able to see this corner, so I opened it. That guy's stationary, so that's fine. Alright, so there's the exit. Which means I do need to basically I do need to steal from this guy. I'm going to, this being so close to the end of the level, I'm going to go ahead and open this door, cause him to walk this way, and knock him out. Knock him out when he comes through. Banks also has a really nice item called a paralyzer. If you're on top of a knocked out guard, you can use the item to increase the number of turns that he's knocked down. So I'll go ahead and do that. And I think she's far away enough such that if she runs here, none of the guards will notice it. Alright, so there's another door there. Keep on running. Alright. So the alarm level, when it reaches 2, it'll actually increase all the firewalls. So it's really nice that I was able to get here before it reached before the next turn, because the firewalls increase before this parasite goes off. So that saved me a turn. Oh shoot. This, on the other hand, wow, what? That's just a ton of... Alright, so on my turn there. As for him, I'll just get closer to this. Keep on running. I'm actually pretty sure there's nothing left. Alright. I wish I could... So this thing is a nanofab. This thing is basically a vendor on each level. It sells ammo, sells other items, but the items are generally of the same quality as the difficulty of the mission. So if you're on a level 1 mission, the items are pretty terrible. So I normally don't even care for vendors on the starting missions. But here I will just wait. There's one item that is actually, I think, a starting level item that I like, which is called the laser tag. This thing's okay. It's level 1 armor piercing, which is better than your Neuro Disruptor, but it costs you 4 power each time you want to use it. Shock Trap is a trap that you place on a door that knocks people out as they open the door. Also okay. Good with the armored guards because it doesn't care about the armor. EMP packs are good for some of the later levels where you have robot guards, drones. Again, I'm not going to worry too much about that. I also prefer to get the ones that are higher in quality because it lowers their cooldown. And like the main thing with these items is they take up an inventory spot, and you only have so many of those. So you gotta be careful about what you pick up, because sometimes, I mean, the later ones are so much better that you're just gonna be dumping off the old ones. All right, and I think that was the mission. Cleared everything, got all the safes, stole from all the guards. Basically a full run. 99%. I probably didn't look inside the places where the guard spawns. I think if you do that, I think you get 100%. Not sure. Alarm level tracker was 2. Cleanup costs. This increases if you kill any guards or if you kill any of the drones that sometimes appear. These don't actually affect your score at all. So that's it. This being the first mission, I'm not going to be able to use this for a while, so I'll just put this in the storage. This being the first mission, I always increase my anarchy after the first level, because being able to steal from guards without needing to knock them out just is it's almost mandatory for you to do that. I'll put down the I'll actually sell that because I don't think I'll need it for a while. I typically don't use ammo that much. Alright, and that is it. So yeah, I'll be going through another story mode session, hopefully with some hints and tricks. Alright, I'll see you guys all next time.